Test, 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 test. All right, let's get started. Oh, I need to grab some water first. Delta. All right. There's the button I was looking for. Okay. This is gonna be a fun one. Let's see. Do I have everything I need? Sweet. Alrighty. Yeah, just got our warm-up page pulled up here. And I didn't quite have time to get everything smoothed out exactly the way I wanted it to be. But that's okay. The cool stuff is we're going to be trying some new things tonight. So the way it's going to work is 25 minutes or 20 minutes of sort of deep work, like it says on the overlay, Zen mode. So I'm going to be focused on drawing and we chillin'. And then after that 20 minutes, timer's going to go off. And hold on, I need to turn monitoring off. I also should turn down the volume. Oh my goodness. What in the Sam Hill? What did you... How did that... Whose idea was it to put your bowl on the couch? Oh my gosh. Major facepalm. I don't even see the bowl. Oh, there it is. Found it. Wow. Amazing. Okay. Let's go up to... Okay. So anyways. Big things are happening. I feel like anyway. So... Sorry, I have to do one thing. Thought I had all my ducks in a row, but I just wasn't quite there yet. Okay, now we're good. Now I don't hear myself in my own ears. Okay, anyways. My audio's on reverb. Frick. Why is that happening? Thanks, Mom, for letting me know. It's good to know. Super annoying, but it's alright. Is it still echoing? Let's see. Good now? Oh, weird. Interesting. Okay, cool. Cool. Alright. So, 20 minutes, Zen mode. Timer goes off, and then we're gonna have a series of segments that will kick in. Tonight, we're just gonna cycle through all of them, and then in the future, we will have a random, sort of either a randomized selection of the segment, or you guys through bits and other things will be able to trigger those segments at any time. So in a couple weeks, if this goes well and people are digging it, then we'll basically make it so that you guys are in charge of when we do the segments, and they're pretty fun. Here's what we've got on the docket so far. If you have any other ideas of funny things or interesting things, then feel free to let me know. I love hearing more ideas. But here's what we've got. The first one is Rants of a Disillusioned Urbanist. So Snowy, myself, is I studied urban planning in school, and I can rant for a very long time. I actually stopped because being in the field just made me so angry. I was just angry all the time because of how frustrating it was that we knew how to create communities that were positive and healthy and happy through urban design, through policy, through infrastructure decisions, and we just don't do it. We just don't do it for the sake of politics and corporate gains. It's just, that's the way it is, and I just freak out when I think about it too much. So you guys, you can see me freak out about some little things that you never even thought about, like free parking or sidewalk size dimensions, or suburban sprawl and what that is and why it's important, or bike paths and how to make them actually good. So anyway, bike lanes, anyways, all kinds of things. I focused a lot on active transportation, so there you go, little tidbit thrown out there into the ether, and you're welcome. Okay, next segment, a spot of poetry, improvised poetry. I will do a little bit of whatever's coming off the top of my head in sort of slam poetry style, and then related but different is Snowy Raps. I will rap for you a little bit. That one I'm particularly nervous about, but I also have the most fun doing that. I've been doing it as like my secret guilty pleasure during solo car rides for a while, a couple of years, off and on, and yeah, that one makes me nervous, but I think we'll all get a good laugh out of it. And then waxing philosophical, we can talk about just spiritual things, philosophical questions, etc. And then manga analysis. So we'll take a look at some manga pages, and then I'll show you sort of what I see in those pages that makes it function, and what the artist might be trying to do, what devices they're using to lead the eye through the page, visual metaphor, that kind of thing. And that could be kind of fun. And then help from the bookshelf. I have my bookshelf right here. Boop. Down, see that? Books. And we will take a selection, a random paragraph from one of the books on my shelf as food for thought. And most of them are recovery oriented or spiritually related. We might even look at some comic related books if you are interested in that. But yes, so help from the bookshelf. And those are all the main ones that I have so far figured out. And those are the ones that I'm prepared to do with you tonight. So it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time. But so first, actually, because ultimately, as much fun as I want to have on stream, I need to, the stream is here. I stream for the purpose of actually getting my art done. So if I'm not getting my art done, then there's a problem. So unfortunately, we need to, well, not unfortunately, I won't sell it short like that. We are going to start with Zen mode for the next 20 minutes. Now, Zen mode does not mean that comments in the chat are unwelcome. On the contrary, they are most welcome. Feel free to type in the chat as much as you want, whenever you want, whatever you want to do. It's great. It just means that don't feel bad if I'm not like checking the chat super frequently, because I might be focused. But I will do my best to stay on top of what's happening. And I'm looking for my timer. You know, it's surprisingly hard to find a timer that I can like configure to show up on the stream. I don't know why that's so difficult. I think it's just something that's so simple that like developers just don't. They're like, why would we do that? Yeah, it's interesting. So 20 minutes. We'll queue into Zen. And I'm going to start with, well, I guess the other thing is I started holding, oh my gosh. I started holding the Apple Pencil a little bit differently. Like this, sort of like a true artist grip, if I understand correctly. And it's been really good. It's been really, really good. Very different to draw with. But I think it's definitely getting better. All right. Brush pen 6.5, that's fine. Yeah, see, it's like, whoo, very different. Also, the iPad is in a slightly different configuration because I am charging it, and for whatever reason, don't have like the easiest access to that while at my computer desk at the moment. And I was scrambling to get this new overlay set up and like functioning properly. It is incredible how much time that stuff takes. Like, it's wild. It should not take as long as it does, because it took me an hour, almost an hour and a half, to do this one, like to make it do what I wanted it to do. Just took forever. It's like, man alive, this is crazy. Is it always this difficult? So I've noticed with holding the pencil this new way, a couple different things. First of all, straight lines are, in general, by and large, a lot easier. No. What is going on? Oh. Should say like shorter straight lines seem to be easier. But it's hard because I don't have anywhere to really brace my hand very well, except on the screen, obviously, but I am bracing with my fingers, and so that's why the canvas kind of moves around, because I'm still trying to figure out how to brace against the screen so that I actually have some stability with my hand. It's just like I just have to go really, really fast, I feel like. And clearly, it's a little bit of a struggle right now. Now, mostly it's like the really tiny movements this grip is really bad for. Because it essentially like forces me to use my arm and my elbow and my shoulder, which ultimately that's what I want, but it's just hard. Yeah, it's like, maybe it's also because I'm wearing the brace right now. I'm gonna try taking that off. And then our new stream schedule, I don't remember if I really talked about it when I was on stream last, I think, which was on Friday. Fridays or Wednesdays from 6 to 9 p.m. and Fridays from 7 to 10 p.m. That's the new schedule. Oh boy. Yeah, a little bit of a struggle, but that is okay. Also, so my wife does professional ballroom dancing, and she's a champion. And she is having a really hard day today because the national championship is in 4 days. It's on Saturday. She's been rigorously training for this event for literally the last 2 years. And oh man, I'm really having a hard time with the stability of the just soften up the hand, not take it so seriously, just relax. Alrighty. But anyways, enough about what's going on over here. How are you all doing? It's a Wednesday. I hope this Wednesday finds you well. Keep accidentally switching to the eraser. Oh, but what I was gonna say about my wife, she's having a hard day because the national competition is coming up. And she commissioned a dress for, I think, $2,000 or something. And, a lot of money. That's no small thing. And the dressmaker didn't follow any of her instructions and didn't reach out to clarify anything. And so now we're stuck with this dress that we paid a ton of money for. She paid a ton of money for. I mean, I don't, my contribution is pretty minimal relative to hers, but yeah, it's a problem. It's kind of a a big deal because it's the wrong color completely. It's the wrong material completely. It's like the accent color is wrong, and the like embellishments are not what my wife asked for. And so it's like, how many levels can we get this wrong? You know, it's almost comical if it wasn't so like infuriating. It's like, holy cow, is this even real? What is happening? So, and she's just been having a really hard week. She's feeling very nervous about Saturday night, and she's just having a hard time. So I ask that you send her any good vibes that you can, whether that's spiritually or in the chat, and I would love to forward on some positive messages to her. She's a boss, and she can like totally, you know, perform at a level that she can be happy with. But I think she's just experiencing a lot of fear right now. So she could use some support. Let's see, what was I looking for? I was looking for... Okay. So last night I'm really grateful I sort of got a download from my higher power about like my art style and how to approach my artwork in a way that has a little bit more structure and eliminates a lot of like decisions that I have a hard time making. And so, excuse me, in this first version of this top panel on this page, I was drifting into a type of work that is really, really hard to like do efficiently. It's just a very challenging, and it's the shading. It's like the using fine gradations and that kind of thing to indicate form. And I've heard it conceptualized as like, I've heard style conceptualized as line, form, and mass. And so line is your lines, how they look, how you use them, you know, what type of texture do they have, what kind of shape do they have, like what kind of weight do they have, are they thick or thin, you know, that's what weight is. And then there's form, which is, you know, how, to what extent am I, how deeply am I trying to represent how light is interacting with the subject. And usually a form-based style is definitely on the more like trends towards realism, and also takes a lot of time. But it is very beautiful, and I think a lot of people associate really good art with form-based art styles, and it's harder to connect, for people to connect with like line and mass based. But that's all anime is. Anime is well, let me back up. A mass-based style is like blocks of color that indicate form. So they don't like really show the form or how light is interacting with it. They just indicate, you know, silhouette, shadow, that kind of thing. There's no contour line. There's no gradations or anything like that. It's all, you know, blocks of single colors or values. And that's, anime is basically like line and mass. That's kind of the main focus. And yeah, and I realized, was given a lot of guidance in that area of just like, hey, like this is how you're going to do your artwork. And that was really cool. Super grateful for that. Oh my gosh. Come on. Oh. Okay. And it's like, there's 5 minutes left on my timer. It's like, holy cow. It took me 20 minutes to... Anyways, time flies. It's wild. Lars wants to say hello. Hello. Oops. Hello. Leah's standing on top of one of my monitors, and Lars just desperately wants to be with Leo all the time. It's really, really funny. So I'm pretty much just gonna redo this whole panel. So let's see, what does mass mean in art? Is it communicated with shading and perspective? Well, let's give an example here. So let's say I am trying to draw this. Oops. Opacity's still. Why is it not doing what I want it to be doing? Oh. Okay. My goodness. We'll get there eventually. Okay. So I am just gonna sketch this out really quick. And then Don't worry, I'm coming back to the mass thing in just a moment. Not leaving you out in the dark. So, okay, we have this sketch, right? So, mass-based style, so to speak, would be, so it's not really communicated with shading and perspective, it's communicated with the type of mark, I guess, that is made. So a mass-based drawing would do this. Instead of relying on the contours, instead of relying on lines to determine our shapes, it would use blocks of filled in value. So really good example of this would be Frank Miller. He was an artist. I think it's called, like, one of his comics is Sin City. I think Hellboy. He also did Batman for a while. Anyway, is probably one of the best examples of a mass-based style. Whoops. Don't delete that. And now it's time for one of our... they can be any shade of any color, really. So if we go back to and take away the line, then it would basically be like that. So we would then have probably like a little occlusion shadow for the lip of the mountain, right? And then something like, you just have like little like things like that to indicate. So like so. That's kind of the idea, but it can be any color of just blocks of color that don't have an outline or a boundary other than their contrast with another color. And so pure realism is really all about mass and form combined, because reality doesn't have contour lines most of the time. I mean, sure, you can make arguments for like your TV having a contour line of like the frame of the TV or the limits of the screen or whatever, but like the world doesn't really, we don't see the world as like contour lines. We see them as so use of negative space is an important element for sure to that as well. But in terms of just like how like an artist represents reality, how are they putting the picture together, and then like mass is this blocks of color, and line is instead of that like lines, contour lines. Anyways, kind of interesting. So what's our first? I need to check. Rants of a delusioned urbanist. I'm going to set a 5-minute timer here. Okay, here's my rant for today. Let's talk about, just suburban sprawl in general. What is sprawl? Sprawl refers to basically car-oriented development. And what does that mean? It means when we accommodate our cities and our infrastructure primarily for the benefit and convenience of the automobile instead of the benefit and convenience of the human. Very common, pretty much ubiquitous here in the United States. Was a huge movement all over the world in the 50s and 60s to, with the sort of mass adoption of the automobile. Naturally, we wanted to create places where we could use that automobile, and I'm not necessarily anti-car, because it is a tremendous source of freedom and empowerment, and now it's an essential part of life. Relatively few people can live without a car in the United States. Well, maybe I should rephrase that. There's a tiny percentage of geography that is compatible with not living with a car, with living without a car. The percentage of like land, and city space, urban area that supports a lifestyle without a car is tiny, 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 relative to the space in the country where people have to have a car. And so I'm not anti-car, but I am pro-choice in the sense of like I want people to have options, and if they want to live a life without a car, then people should be able to do that, I believe. And so sprawl just refers to car-oriented development. That's one way I conceptualize it. I'm sure other people would fight me on that, but another way to think about it is just inefficient land grabbing. Instead of building up, we build out, that kind of thing. And so car-oriented development, low density, and and very segmented separation of land use. So your residential block is a huge part of the city that's completely cordoned off from the commercial district and the industrial district. That's suburban sprawl. And it's also, I get that that's also zoning law, that's land use law, but it doesn't have to be that way in order to build a community that is still safe and like positive, not detrimental to human health. Because that was the original intent of zoning laws in the first place, was we need a way to protect people from the dangerous byproducts that occur in industrial manufacturing, in farming, in all that good stuff. But nowadays, we don't need such a simplistic way of segmenting land use, and there are a lot of different creative ways that cities and planners have found to allow for complexity and diversity in the way that people use the city, and the way that people use the land in the city, and the way that people interact with each other in the city. So that's sort of a 30,000 foot view of what suburban sprawl is. Why is it bad? Because it increases exponentially the amount of miles that people drive in their vehicles, which is associated with climate change, and it also is very isolating. There are a lot of studies and things that have shown how emotionally isolating our let's see. Oh, there's the timer. Rant over. An example of mass. Sorry, Mom. I'm not sure what you mean. I just see 3 stars. Lots of use of negative space. 3 stars, an example of mass. So use of negative space is definitely, I would say, part of a mass-oriented art style, but I wouldn't say that it is Yeah, I think. But links don't work. Okay, sorry. Let's see. I might be able to allow that link to come through. Because I do have, I think I am filtering out links. Oh no, dang it. I forgot to update my title on, so on YouTube it's not right, but that's okay. Anyways. Okay. Looking at chat. I guess this is why moderators are a thing. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know where that link filter is coming from. It might be in a different. Anyways, yeah, links don't work. Sorry. Don't need to spend more time on that, but so yesterday I was researching dunes, sand dunes, because part of the premise of this environment in which the story is taking place is that it's essentially it sort of takes place in this like desert sand dune type landscape. And the sand is black. And I guess the dunes would be relatively a lot smaller than that. What? Oh. Not important. Oh, no worries. No worries. That's good. So, yeah, I was learning about sand dunes because I was like I just realized that I don't know a whole lot about this world that I'm trying to jump into and like create. And so I was learning about how dune areas are created and how they are formed. It's very interesting. Basically, the three ingredients are time, erosion, mostly, is kind of what's meant by time, and then sand, which is created through a variety of processes, usually something like a glacier and an ice age crushing mountains basically, and large geographic features, and just over time just smashing them into really fine particles. You can also just have like eroded sandstone, so a water feature dries up or freezes, slides away, you have sandstone underneath, limestone, and then that gets whittled away by rain and water and wind. And and then the other thing is wind. So you need time, you need sand, and you need wind to form a sand dune type landscape. And kind of cool. It was really fun, honestly, to like learn about. And I learned that there is an area in northern Canada that so these dunes that I'm drawing right now, they're called Barken dunes. They're like the most basic and shape of sand dune, because they are formed when wind is traveling in a general like single direction, and so the wind is like coming this way and that's what happens when there's a predominant wind in a single direction. The sand sort of gets pulled up into these piles, and then there are two little arms come out from the pile, like almost like protecting what's in the middle from the wind. And so you have your Barken dunes, and then as wind direction changes, you get different shapes, like star-shaped dunes. You get like long, like slithery kind of dunes. You get more shallow ones that can be miles long, the shape of them. Very interesting stuff. And in Canada, there is a really cool spot where you have a pretty large sand dune feature that is right next to a lake. And this is in like northern Canada, almost the Arctic Circle. So that's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy to me that that's a thing that's possible. So very cool stuff, in my opinion. And so I'm learning about all these things because I'm trying to create the ecological and environmental conditions necessary for to make this make sense. It's like, how would a black sand desert form, and what would make sense for it to, what would need to happen in order for that to make enough logical sense that it would like be possible to just be believable, in this imaginary world. So very interesting stuff. So that the case of the dune field in northern Canada, I forget the name of it, just completely gone out of my memory, but that was left by glacial activity. So just the huge Canadian ice sheet, which was kilometers thick, as that rolled across the landscape, just pulverizing everything in its path, it deposited enough sand in that area to allow for that type of geographic land feature. And so it all circles back to this panel, and here's why. Because in order for this area over here to be our black sand dune desert area, I didn't think about having a lake right on the edge or whatever, but that could be really kind of cool too. We need, I suspect, I think, because this is a higher elevation climate that this is taking place in, then yeah, it's going to be the glacier thing. So we need a big glacier happening, you know, millennia before the time of the story. This whole area needs to have been enveloped by ice, and then as that ice sheet receded, you know, we probably get some really gnarly features in this mountain here. Very sheer walls. If any of you have been to Glacier National Park in northern Montana, then that's probably going to be a good reference for these, you know, these features over here. Totally worth it. If you ever have the opportunity to go, do it. If you don't have the opportunity to go, you should make an opportunity to go, because it's just incredible. Yeah, so we have these massive glacial. Did I set my timer again? I forgot to set the timer again. I'll set it from right now. I'm not super worried about that, but so yeah, glacial landforms. That's all I'm getting. That's everything I'm trying to say. And then one of those landforms, so up in this mountain is significant in the story because it's this whole area where the city is built, whether that's going to be like over here next to the lake, you know, I don't really know, or it could be along the base of the mountain, you know, or it could be all the above. Yeah, because it's important that this area is sort of like a sacred place. It is a place where sort of like the god of this people, that this people traditionally worshipped, would like come and visit and interact with their people. And so historically a very sacred, important, and powerful place. This mountain is, you know, has magical properties, I guess, is one way of saying it, and which is, and so because of the power that is just latent in this area for a variety of reasons, there's the spiritual sort of magical power, and then there's the economic power of this location as well. That there's very valuable like raw materials, and it functions as a critical sort of port between areas, between sort of like city states. So part of the story too is that there's really, really extreme weather, and this one reason why the city is able to survive here is because the minerals in this area are so durable and like so tough that they can withstand reliably for centuries on end the wind and the, you know, just the really intense weather that happens. And at least that's been the concept that I've had in my head for like an explanation about how these communities, city-states are and why they're separated and isolated, because that's an important part of the story. So that's one thumbnail. Let's do another one. So we have maybe like nah. I think I'm also struggling a little bit because I'm not yet totally sure about one of the premises is that the sort of the ruler of this city-state where we start the story is harnessing the sacred power that is latent in the environment for his own ends. And so he wields the dark side of the force, so to speak, and harnesses the power that is already there to magnify his own power. And I don't know what to call his power, nor do I really know the mechanics of how that power works yet. Excuse me. So that makes things a little bit more challenging. Because it's like, well, okay, how did he rise to power? How did this king rise to power? It's like, well, maybe he like did something to you know, he's like well regarded because he did something to like protect the city or the community from the dangers that are in the environment. Whoa. Focused on my how I was holding the pencil and not what was coming out of the pencil. If I remember my history right, which is dubious, the worst leaders often rise to power because they offer an oversimplified solution to a crisis. Ooh. Yeah, I like that. I like that. I really like that. No, we can't have a river going through there because that would stabilize. If there's a river, then there's vegetation, and if there's vegetation, the soil would be too stabilized to support a sand dune type environment. But maybe we have the city just built into the side of the mountain that we had. I kind of like that a lot, actually. Yeah, that's dope. That is totally cool. I'm into it. Let's do it. And then that also supports kind of this idea that's in this second panel down here of the palace being sort of in the center of the mountain where the power, the spiritual energy is the greatest and the easiest to harness and redirect and use to the leader's nefarious purposes. Whoa. How do I get that thing to go away? I'm sure if I learned how to use this shortcut thing, I would benefit from it, but I've never been able to get it to reliably. It's like I can't pull it out, back out reliably. Maybe I just need to practice. Apparently I just need to practice. Anyways. I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna need to open a file here. And okay. I need to use the restroom really quick, so I'll be back in a jiffy. Silly bird. I don't know if he's gonna let me eat. Oh, I need to give them food. I'm sorry. I'll be back in a moment. I know. I know. Oh, no. Don't jump. Why do you jump every time? Come on, bud. Hey, come here. Yeah. These birds, they're insane. And crazy. Oh, I also need to eat a little bit of dinner. So, okay. So yes, this is where we are at. So as far as style goes, where'd my phone go? Oh, here it is. I am focusing on My primary focus is line art. I really love line art. I think it looks cool. I think there's a lot of just really cool stuff, and it's fun. So my focus is on line, and I'm going for sort of organic lines, organic and clean and gritty and bold. Lots of line weight variation. I really enjoy the look and the actual like doing of that type of stuff. Line suggested lines, which just means like the line disappears and then reappears. I think it's very cool, the effects that you can do, and then how the brain can connect things so easily when they don't, you know, necessarily seem like they should be connected. And then, oh, there's our timer. Basically line and mass, and then form I'm gonna indicate just more like suggest by with like cross hatching and that kind of stuff. Anyways, I could go on for way too long about that, but let's move on to our next segment, shall we? A spot of poetry. Okay, here we go. Oh boy. You know, poetry can seem like kind of a gimmick, especially when I'm trying to write a limerick, and I don't think it necessarily has to be that way, except I just don't know what else to say. That's the way it is, that's the way it's always been. And I don't really think and I will never admit, or I will never believe that poetry is a sin. Ha, nailed it. I've been reading this book called The Artist's Way, and there's nothing that has helped me farther along the way of my artistic journey, my artistic growth, and oh, that's a hard one. Growth. My artistic journey, my artistic growth. That sounds tough. I don't know. My artistic journey, my artistic growth. Maybe someday I'll set up a booth. I don't know. We're gonna move on. And it's been really helpful 99% of the time. And it's life-changing without using any rhymes. Just the cheesiness, man. It's amazing. Legend, StarCraft. Growth, mouth, oath. Oh, oath. That's the word. That's the one. You got it. Legend, StarCraft, it's so good to have you with us. I would never admit to jeez. I'm struggling. Man, 5 minutes is a long time. I just can't think of any more rhymes. It's flying in through my head in one ear and out the other. I even need help from my mother. Yes, she's on the stream tonight, and that is all right. I wouldn't have it any other way. And I just have to say that I'm so grateful that you all are here. I would advise against cracking open a beer. If you do, drink responsibly, because your safety is dear to me, ostensibly. I don't even know if that word made sense in that context, but there you go. There's our snail rhymes for the day. So by Friday, we're gonna have little titles on the screen. So instead of Zen mode, I'm gonna have a title that switches every time we switch to a different segment. So we're getting fancy. I can't rhyme to save my life. Used to think I could when I had liquid courage, but nah. Definitely not sober anyway. Hear, hear. That's awesome. Well, you'll get to hear lots of stumbling and bumbling. Honestly, I'm gonna have a lot of fun with it on stream, so something to look forward to. Our next segment is rapping. I'm gonna rap, and it's gonna be wild. Honestly, sometimes rapping is easier because I just like start saying stuff and it like just try to keep going. So we'll see how it goes. I also kind of want to turn off my like viewer count on my monitoring screen because it's like went from 3 to 2 viewers while I was stumbling over my bad poetry. It's like, oh geez, okay, I know. No. In all likelihood, it was probably completely unrelated. I'm just making something about me that doesn't necessarily, probably wasn't about me at all. And so our next step on this panel here, lovely fun panel, is line work. And so what kinds of lines am I going for? I'm going for organic, gritty. Bold. Line weight variation, so variable. Suggested lines. Where's my focal point here? Well, it's right here. How am I going to indicate the focal point? I'm going to lead the eye to that spot, to that circle, by having greater detail within this circle. Highlights in the circle. I won't have nearly as many highlights out in the sand dunes to help draw the eye in to that side of the page, or that side of the panel, the image. Framing, we're doing quite nicely with just this convergence of, there's just like a lot going on here. I might move the sun to be up here, or this like body, celestial body, to be up here. And then maybe probably position the city farther down, or this farther up and out like that. Actually, yeah, I think I'll do that. And then okay. Oh, I'm just not pressing hard enough. Fair enough. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. Anyways, layer management is like my Achilles heel, I swear. It's so hard. Does it have to be super hard? I don't know. Probably not. go. That's better. Yeah, the hope is, because I've rapped in the car like a decent amount, and I used to rap like with friends and stuff, and it was pretty fun. I went to a rap battle one time and actually did a rap. That was wild. That was years ago, but yeah, it's a good time. Just gonna take a big bite of noodles really quick. I do try to keep your stream in an open tab when I see you on to count as a viewer. I heard it helps. Oh man, thanks, brother. That's so nice of you. That is so nice of you. Oh, that must have been awesome. Yeah, it was fun. It was super scary, super fun. Yeah, a buddy of mine at the time was having these events in his apartment. And, oh yeah, Streamlabs is doing a lot of stuff, promoting a lot of charity for Ukraine. If you're so inclined, that'd be pretty rad to donate to one of those organizations. I'm gonna turn down the volume here for just a little bit. But no pressure, no pressure. I don't like putting financial pressure on anybody, but okay, let's actually get started on this thing, shall we? No, that's not what I wanted. There we go. 19. Let's go up to 25. See how that goes. Oh yeah, I like that. That's good. Oops. I might donate to some charity. Definitely, yeah, definitely not Streamlabs. I got beef with that bot. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. That made my night. Amazing. Yeah, that darn bot. Whoa. Resting my hand on the screens, freaking out. I was posting lame dad jokes, so lame they actually became actually became funny. That's awesome. I'm a sucker for dad jokes. I've heard it doesn't take much to make me laugh. One of my friends calls it a superpower, which I think is hilarious. But what do you call it? Oh man, what do you call it when Dwayne Johnson buys a cutting tool? Rock, pay for scissors. Oh man. Oh boy. Yeah, that's a good one. That's funny. Rock, pay for scissors. Hey, Stinker. Those are my noodles. Get out of there. He loves noodles. Absolutely loves them. This is a happy cockatiel. This is the face of a happy cockatiel. You're welcome. Behold, the beauty. So good. One of my favorite steers was having a rough night, so we were trying to make her smile. Oh, nice. That's awesome. I hope it worked. That's such a good one. Oh no. Nope. Oh, really? Interesting. Do I need to put the noodles away? Bring it on, buddy. He's just leaning up, like trying to stand as tall as he can. She cracked a couple smiles. That's awesome. So rad. You guys are seriously so cool. Twitch screwed up her overlay, so she was all bummed. Yeah. I get that for sure. The discouragement can be real sometimes. It's like, doesn't anything go right? Okay. I'm all done. All done with that for now. Yeah, that's good. That's good. You know what I need? I need the ellipse tool. Because why try to be doing this on my own? Excuse me. Ellipse. The problem with the ellipse tool, my problem with... Come on. Undo. There you go. Hey, stinker. It's like trying to bite the Apple Pencil as if it's food. No, this is not a noodle. Go away. I turned the dish upside down when I was done, so he can't dig around in there anymore. He is not happy about that. Pretty funny. Pretty funny. And then I'm gonna try... I don't understand what... Okay, there we go. There have been a number of times today where I've hit the same button so many times, and it doesn't do what I'm trying to make it do. It's just like, oh, come on. Funny bird. Yeah, he's a goof. He's a goof. Such a stinker. One day, I hope to have a bird cam on the stream, because I think that would be just hilarious. But that's hundreds of dollars away. I met with my development team about my app/website. That was pretty fun. I have been consistently just getting the time of our meetings wrong, apparently, or they have. Honestly, I think it might be more their fault than mine. That's what I like to tell myself, at least. But yeah, I'm glad we finally were able to connect today. And things are going well. We're just waiting on the design team. The design team is coming up with a design for the website that is based off of a manga page. And I am super stoked to see what they come up with, because that will be rad. Yeah, okay, cool. Okay, cool. Oh, that's so awesome. Yeah. Oh, the girlfriend has a ferret cam for her art stream. Oh, that's amazing. But it's just a cheap $20 one. Solid. So, actually, yeah, the issue is that the birds... The issue is the length of USB cables and where the birds normally hang out in relation to the desk area. And so I'm hoping, well, eventually I'd like to get a Bluetooth streamable camera that I can set up over there to... Anyways, not super important, but pretty cool. I would be very excited when that dream becomes more of a reality. I'm gonna quickly look on Pinterest for... I'm reminded of the white Greek houses on top of the cliff. That kind of vibe for this city landscape. Greek cliff house. That's exactly what I want. Greek cliff house. Whoa. Some crazy pictures in here. Whoa, that's not what I was looking for. Don't you just love being a dude and just getting like straight porn in your algorithm for literally no reason? It's like I've been sober 3 years from that shiz. Freaking A. It's all good. Glad I'm on stream so that I can surrender it right in the moment. Instead of like, oh, what's that? Okay. Okay. Cool. Or ad block or clear history. Yeah, see, there shouldn't be anything in the history that would trigger that. That's the thing. That's the weird thing. Ad block. Yeah, I don't know. Ad block is a good idea. That'd be nice. Be nice. I was on Pinterest though, so I don't know if Pinterest would do that, but whatever. Whatever. Timer again? No, I'm gonna take another 20 minutes. Actually, no, I'm not. It's fine. We'll hammer this wrap out in a jiff. Just need to. Okay, so we're wrapping. I'm nervous. Okay. Gonna pause that music, and then, oh, which one was a good one that I was into yesterday? I was going through some of these. Okay. Yeah, this is good. This is good. Let me turn down the volume. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, here I am cleaning up bird poop. It's like putting a basketball through the hoop. No, not really. I don't really know why I said that. Just throw it away in the hat. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I don't really care if things go my way. Just let me do my art, and I will not fart. Ha! Wow, that was really sad. I don't really know why I'm so bad. Actually, yes I do. Yes I do. I don't practice very often. That's gonna change here though. Just gonna keep going on the way though. Each day I embarrass myself, I know, is a victory. So don't let me take away the hickory finish on the awards that you're giving me. That actually worked out pretty good. I'm not from the hood. Just keep going. This white kid rapping on his art stream like a dip. I don't really know. Got a bird on my screen monitor though. Just keep the words coming. Don't ever stop running. Kept the rhyme keep the lines and the rhymes flowing. Okay, there it is. That's the rap. And that's a wrap. You're welcome. Okay, and we're going back to our other music. Amazing. That's some good background jam. Yeah. I get alcohol ads constantly on Facebook. Drives me nuts. I report them sometimes and say sensitive topic, but I still get them. That's some good background jam. Solid. Oh yeah. we have a good time here. No, my stream is unstable. Why? I'm only using... Oh, that's so sad. Skipped frames, 27%. Holy cow, that's a lot. Great job, Snowy. The hype fox, corgi, creature. Oh, that's amazing. Thank you. Yes, thank you. I think excuse me, goodness. Fine. There we go. Okay, there's our city wall. And then we're gonna do... Yeah, it's got a bunch of lag. Dang, that's so frustrating. But such is life. So it goes. I don't understand the... like, why that happens, because I'm really not using a higher percentage of my CPU than normal. So, yikes, only 14 frames per second. Holy cow. Minor issues now, that's good. Hopefully it's not too bad. The ellipse tool. Just kind of guessing. Ta-da! No, it's not letting me select my tool. That's a fox emote, by the way. Oh, okay. Twitch being twitchy, maybe? Yeah. Fox. The hype fox. I love it. It's amazing. No, no, no. Come back. There we go. Is it really not? Well, I guess that would depend on the scale of the... image. And we're talking about a pretty large scale here. At least that's the intention. I spam Eversets and Sassy Pandas emotes most of the time. Solid. My girlfriend is the one who animated the Fox hype emote. I freaking love it. Oh man. I'm excited to see what she comes up with for emotes for my channel. I'm pumped. When that day comes, it will be very exciting. At this point, the pencil layer isn't really helping me out too much anymore. I don't like that curve line. We're gonna get rid of it and replace it. Oh dear. Let's see. Oh boy, I've never used this tool before, or anything quite like it. Let's try that. Yes, I want the eraser. Please let me have the eraser. Just let me know and I'll let her know. Oh, I will. I will. In other news, this week, hopefully I'm selling my bicycle repair work van and getting out of debt. Almost all the way. Actually, that's an understatement if you're including my student debt, but making progress. Meaningful progress feels great. Always. Can I have the eraser yet? Come on, friend. Huh. Apparently not. And I forgot to set my timer again. There we go. Yeah, maybe. I think that's okay. I think that's pretty okay. Progress, not perfection. Hear, hear. Amen. Say it again. Progress, not perfection. It's good stuff. Just to get a sense of the scale here, like we are talking huge. This is a okay, I should probably Just getting nitty gritty in here. Just really, I don't need to do a cube quite that conspicuously, but probably being a little bit too nitpicky here, given the scale of this image. The point with this panel is to describe or drive home the sort of intense like size difference just in what like the people in the area have built and created, and the natural element, like the natural geographic features. I mean, these, you know, it's just huge what, you know, these people are like, the environment that these people are living in is wildly massive. Just realized it might be me though. I think you are on mute. Oh, no, you're good. It might be me though. I have two streams open on two different screens. Oh, you're good. Honestly, I just haven't been very talkative for the last few minutes. Let me rephrase that. I haven't talked hardly at all in the last few minutes. I am feeling a little bit concerned because I just realized, you know, that a big danger here in this for this city is like big sandstorms. Okay, that's good. Yeah, sorry about going dark there for a little while. So when a sandstorm happens, where's the sand gonna go? It's gonna go all inside the walls, and mostly towards this exit, which is a critical point of transportation. So, whoa, I'm sorry, whoever you are. I forgot to put on my do not disturb. So what we need to do to fix that I'm also wondering if I made the scale of this city too small. I think I probably did. But and then we take our eraser and we go. It all has to go, pretty much. So they just need to put this transport route underneath. Seeing too many lines. Oh, I see. Getting all my lines confused here. understandably so. Excuse me. Yeah, probably spent a very significantly disproportionate amount of time doing that. But that's okay. Oh, dang, yeah, that lag is pretty bad. Yikes. Hey, I thought I had my notifications off. Silly goose. Okay, let's do another segment. What's up next? Waxing philosophical. You set my 5-minute timer. Waxing philosophical. Okay. Let's check out the little book of reminders. Chapter 6. Haters gonna hate. As you set out to accomplish new things, you are going to run into haters. Many of them do not intend to be hurtful or hindering, but they have yet to see your vision. They do not totally understand your situation, where you've been, and where you are going. There will be those who challenge you because they are working through their own issues. Their way of handling their own problems is to try to bring others down to their level. These people are what we call haters, and all they know how to do is hate. You, on the other hand, are a creator. Haters invest their time and energy into hating, whereas you invest your time and energy into creating. Sometimes their words will cut deep, but you must always remember that haters will always hate. Oh, someone closed the door on the cage. That haters will always hate, and there will always be haters. That being said, one of your top priorities needs to be the ability to separate legit critical feedback from hate. Critical feedback isn't hate, it's love, and it's helping to shape you and your vision to become that much better. To determine the difference, remember your love for breathing, control the moment, and try to look at the interaction from a third-party perspective. At that point, you'll know if it's a hater or a lover. Interesting. Very interesting. Control the moment. I disagree with that. So, one of the great tenets of 12-step recovery is the principle of surrender. And in this, I've spent many hours on the phone with people trying to communicate what surrender is and what it means. And I finally came to the conclusion that words simply are not good enough to communicate what surrender is and how powerful it is and how to tap into it. And that's why I'm making this story, actually. So the entire premise behind the story is surrender and trying to describe the experience of surrender in a way that is a little bit more tangible, I guess, than words can really make happen. Oh, that was the 5-minute timer. Oops. Hmm. I'm gonna make a brush for this. It's gonna be awesome. Want to learn how to make a Clip Studio brush? So, I'm gonna go to my effects, and I want to go to my background, leaves, trees, grassland, grass patch, grass patch. I'm gonna duplicate. Call it dunes. natural scene. Dunes. Go brush size, brush tip. Hold on. I need to register the material first. I think it's register material image. Ha! I didn't have to save the image separate. That's amazing. This is called a Barkin Dune. Barkin Dune. Okay. Barkin Dune. So I'm gonna come here. Brush, maybe? Sad. Why didn't that work? Oh wow, there's rubble in here? That's amazing. And sand clouds. Tree stamps. That's awesome. Boy. Well, that's weird. That's weird. What? I saved it in here though. There it is. Interesting. Well, I'll play around with that later. Sorry, getting into the weeds here. Literally. The grass brush is right there. Ha 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 ha. Okay. I'll leave those layers up as they are for now. Whoa, why is that? That's weird. I'm gonna call it a night. Thanks for the stream, Snowy. Thanks, Legend StarCraft. Appreciate you coming by as always. Thank you so much for hanging. It's a pleasure. Jeez. There we go. Yeah, it's almost about time for me to call it a night as well. Hello. Whoa.
You still streaming?
Huh?
You streaming?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep, I'm almost done. I'll be finishing up here in a couple minutes.
Where's the guy?
Over here somewhere. Oh, right here. Up on the bookshelf. Oh, man.
It's so good to see you.
Alrighty. I'm gonna call it a night as well. Great stream today. Thank you so much for everyone who hopped on, and hope we enjoyed the new segments, and we will have a lot of fun with that going forward for sure. So with that, and hopefully the computer will be able to keep up better in the future as well. Yeah, the lag is pretty bad, huh? Dang. Oh well. But so it goes, and we will see you on Friday night from 7 to 10 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, or UTC -7. So, good stuff, lots of good stuff, and we will see you then. Just give it a couple seconds for the lag to catch up before I close it down. Oh man, I'm tired. Go do something nice for somebody who you think needs it. It's a good thing. I'm gonna go do some cleaning. Oh man. Stretch my wrists, forearms, the tendons.